Hey guys, my name's Josh. I'm a service technician here at RV Land, and I'm here to show you how this RV works. Thank you for renting a motorhome through American Dream Vacations in Kyle, Texas. So we're going to start on the outside. If you see this, it's just a little feature I normally don't talk about, but you're going to have side shooter cameras on this RV, so when you're traveling down the road, you can see a little bit better. This right here is going to be your generator. If the inside of the generator, there's a switch inside the RV, if the inside is not operating correctly and you cannot start it, you come out here, stop prime, hold that down for about 10 seconds, and then just hold down the start button and it'll start right up for you. Right here, we're going to have our 50 amp RV service hookup. So this is if you are full-time camping or you're camping in a campground with full hookups, you'll use your 50 amp power cord, twist to lock it, lock the collar on for extra safety. Right here, you're going to have cable set-on hookups if your campground offers that. Fuel port, that's just for filling up just like you would your car. Pull up to the gas pump, stick the handle in there, and fill it up.
Gas only.
Gas only, not diesel. In here, you're going to find a black tank valve on the left and a gray tank valve on the right. When camping, if you're hooked up completely, you can leave the gray tank valve open, but never leave the black tank valve open to continuously dump for any reason. Always keep both valves isolated at all times. Right here, you're going to have your city water connection. So this is where you hook your water hose up when you get to your park. You'll run your hose through here. And then this is the black tank flush. Remember, if we're using the black tank flush, the black tank valve has to be in the open position the entire time. Fresh tank fill. So you have an onboard water tank wherever you go with this RV. You take that water with you. You have a water pump inside with the flip of a switch. That'll prime up the system and it'll operate just like you're hooked up to full service at a campground. Stick your water hose in there and fill it up till it squirts back out at you and you know it's full. Water heater is going to be out here. This is a propane and electric water heater. If you look down here, you're going to have an on and off switch. Just make sure this switch is on. You're going to have to wait about 30 to 45 minutes for hot water. If you've tried the gas, you've tried the electric, neither one's working for you, come out here and press both of these buttons right here. It says push to reset. That resets the board on the water heater, and that should get you some hot water. If you do find yourself on an extended camping trip, you'll have to potentially stop and get propane at a fuel station. So just go ahead. It's kind of something you want to plan for. You don't want to have to whip this big old RV around anywhere tight. So find a good place that fills propane for you. Pull up. You're going to have to make sure everybody exits the vehicle, turn the propane off, and then the person at the fuel station will fill for you. There's a gauge right here to tell you how much gas is in there, as well as inside the RV. There's should be a readout on the motherboard. Exterior furnace exhaust. Anytime that you're using the furnace to stay warm, if you're camping while it's cold, make sure that you or your children or anybody else does not touch this because this will be very hot and it can burn you. Right here, you're going to have your exterior 110 volt plugs. And then right here, you're going to have your outside speakers. Located up front of the RV, right over the cab, you're going to have your bed over cab. And then you hook your ladder up right here. And then that's how you climb up here. It's 250 pound rated. However, if you want easier access to the cabin, you just flip this out of the way and shove it all the way to the front. Television's going to be right here. There's knobs that you just loosen to swing the TV out and then tighten them back up whenever you get to its desired location. If you need to turn this table into a bed, you lift it up and drop it down. Flip the cushions up out of the way. Right here, you're going to have your gas stove top. If the gas is on, all you do is turn it over to high light, give it a little sparky spark, and it'll light right up for you. Microwave is located down here. As far as the microwave goes, if you see the numbers on the microwave are like the clock ready to be set, that means that you do have shore power. If you're trying to operate something and it's just not operating and it does require shore power, whether the generator's running or you are plugged in, and the microwave's not illuminated, you probably don't have any power going into the RV. This is also a convection microwave, so if you want to do a little bit of research on how to operate them before you get here, I highly recommend that. You're going to have a top bunk and a bottom bunk right here. In the master bedroom back here, you're going to turn this over to the cold or warm setting, whatever temperature you prefer, and then just turn this on like so, and that's it. And then you'll get nice cold air in here, and you can cool this thing off in a jiffy. In order to operate the furnace, you'll select that on the front thermostat. This one does not have a heater in it at all. This is the radio that is just for the house part, not for the chassis. You just turn this on, and this operates the inside speakers or the outside speakers, and that's going to be zone 1 inside, zone 2 exterior. This is going to be how you can check your tank. So propane is almost full, battery is full, fresh is almost empty, black, gray, and galley are going to be all empty. To turn on your gas water heater, you flip this switch here. Your water pump, you flip this on, and that's only if you have water in the fresh tank, not hooked up at a campground. The Arctic pack means that on the bottom of all the tanks, there's 12-volt heating pads to keep them thawed out if it's freezing. You're going to have your living room and kitchen light switches right here. In order to operate the slide on this RV, you have to have the driver's seat slid all the way forward, emergency brake set, and engine running in order to operate it. And then you'll just run the slide out. You'll have your driver's side rear light, which is on and off, which is a light back there to help you when you're dumping septic if it's dark outside. And then last but not least, down here, this is going to be your solar charge controller. You're going to have your on-off light switch for your awning lights. This is the awning in and out. So how an awning operates is make sure you're holding down the awning out button to run it out, holding down the awning in button to run it in. Once the awning gets all the way out, you'll see a vinyl flap drop, and that's the fullest extent of your awning. Don't roll it up backwards, so make sure you're using the buttons correctly. And best rule of thumb on an awning, if you think it's too windy for an awning, it's too windy for an awning, so use your best judgment. And then with the engine running and the emergency brake set, once you get the slide out, or before you get the slide out, however you prefer, you turn this right here on, and then hit auto level, and it'll automatically level the RV. Make sure you're not walking around inside the RV or the RV's not moving in any sort of fashion, so it can level itself correctly. And then this is your battery disconnect switch. The only time you turn it off is when you are completely done using it and you're not going to be inside of it, or if you're not hooked up to power. If you're hooked up to shore power, don't turn it off even if you're going to be away from the RV.